take your leave.
Perhaps his lordship would be willing to escort me to the exit.
Gladly.
Smart move on the part of Elrond, because he's not sure why Durin is so upset, so at least then this buys him a little bit more time to figure out what's happened with his friend.
Remarkable. I never dreamed to find your city so changed.
Well, 20 years will do that.
Has it been only 20?
The passage of time is really relative, and not just relative for the difference between dwarves and elves. With having such a long lifetime, what seems like a year for one might seem like a day for someone else. But also, it happens when we're very busy or very bored. When we're bored or going through something that's painful, a minute can seem like hours. And when we're really busy, an hour can seem like a minute. And so because of that, they both have a completely different perspective, with Durin saying this amount of time is so long that you didn't care enough about me, and Elrond being like, oh, that was so short. I'm so happy we got to see each other in such a short period.
Tell me your secret.
Our secrets are our own.
Durin, have I offended you?
To answer that one, we'd need a longer lift.
They're just so grumpy. Dwarves are just so grumpy, but you just want to kind of grab them and squeeze them and cuddle them because you know that's what they really are wanting. They're all this rough, abrasive outer coating, but on the inside, they're all squishy and sweet. You just can't tell. You have to get through all of those little layers.
You wish to discharge me without explanation. That is your choice.
Fetch your feathery shirt it is.
But you might at least listen to the proposal I bring.
Ah, there it is. The true purpose of your visit. You want something.
What he's really meaning with that is that you didn't come here to see me. You didn't come here because you missed me. You only showed up because you wanted something from me. And that's his layer of hurt, that he isn't good enough without something that he has to offer for Elrond to come see him.
I'm only here to see my friend whom I've greatly missed.
Missed? You missed my wedding, the birth of my children, 2 of them. You cannot barge into my mountain and demand I welcome you with open arms.
And it's so painful because when we get older, we kind of choose our family. And especially when you have a really close bond with someone that's seen you before you've actually made it, you want to share all of those life experiences with them. And for Durin, in his life, he wanted to share his momentous moments. With Elrond's life being so long and the passage of time at such a different pace, he isn't really able to grasp that he's missed out on some of the most momentous occasions for Durin and how much that must hurt him.
You cannot claim that which you discarded.
Discarded? Durin,
20 years may be the blink of an eye to an elf, but I've lived an entire life in that time. A life you missed.
But Elrond can feel that pain, and that is often the way that it feels. You feel like you've been thrown away. Durin feels like he wasn't important enough for Elrond to check in on his life and to look at the world through his perspective, which means that these life moments, because they're important to Durin, he hoped that they would be important to Elrond as well. That's the problem with different cultures, is that the values might be different and the way that they express themselves. And sometimes you end up with these cultural clashes where you hurt each other's feelings without even meaning to, because you grew up with a different set of rules and customs.
So what do you have to say to that, friend?
You see how much pain? Like, it's anger, but often anger is really masking hurt. And for Durin, he's not even doing a good job masking it. You can really feel the hurt when he says the word friend, like in a sarcastic, painful way, that if you really were a friend, you wouldn't have done this to me. He wants Elrond to be able to show that he really does matter.
Congratulations on your wife, your children. I hope you can come to forgive me.
Okay, like Elrond, congratulations probably shouldn't have been the first thing, because like right away I went like, eh? I think that the first thing that he should have said is, you know what, I'm deeply sorry. I wish that I could have been there. I didn't really understand how important this would be to you, and for me the passage of time is so different. I wish that I could go back and change it, but I can't. But hopefully we can make a difference going forward.
And I would like very much to apologize to your family as well.
But that was brilliant. Brilliant, Elrond. That one you get like full gold stars, because one is, it shows that depth of apology, and it's very respectful to want to apologize to those that also might have felt slighted. But the smartest part of this is it buys Elrond time. He gets to spend a little bit more time with Durin, and hopefully he ends up having enough time to be able to have Durin warm back up to him and remember all of those things that made them both such close friends.
But she was a moon-eyed girl in love from the moment we met.
Ooh. Very happy match, indeed.
Should have been at the wedding.
And you see how Durin just kind of like grabs any little moment to give back his digs. But what he's saying is, I am still so hurt. You have not yet done enough to be able to soothe me and show me that you truly are sorry. And every time that he does that, he feels a little bit better because instead of holding all of that inside, at least he's letting Elrond know, I'm still upset with you.
Your friend is here now. Can we not take joy in that?
Deea does a wonderful job to remember that, you know what, yeah, that's in the past, but we're in the here and now. So you can hold on to your regret and your anger, but then you'll be living there instead of being able to grab the friend that you have now and be able to enjoy those moments.
Can we not take joy in that?
He's not here for us. His king sent him here to take what's ours.
To the contrary.
And again, that's the worry that Durin has, that Elrond wouldn't have come at all. He doesn't actually care about Durin, but what he wants is to do whatever his king needs. When someone comes to see you and they haven't seen you for a long time, when they come with an ask, then you feel really, really hurt. And for Durin, this hurt is compounded that he missed his friend and his friend wasn't there for all of his most important life moments.
Can you not find a way to mend this?
He shows a lot of his anger in his body language, and right away he kind of turns to the side away from Elrond because he's upset. He shows his back to him.
I see you planted the sapling.
Planted it, raised it up, tends it like it's our third child. What sort of tree is it exactly?
But Elrond has a really great tool. He finds common ground, something that Durin is proud of by talking about this beautiful tree that he grew.
Very symbol of our people's strength and vitality.
Some called him a fool for believing it would grow in such darkness.
Where there is love, it is never truly dark.
You can see Durin start to soften and warm up as he physically starts turning closer and closer to Elrond. He's remembering those special qualities that he admired in Elrond in the first place and why they became such close friends. Finding something that you can align with someone about that isn't about the thing that caused them hurt is a wonderful way to bring people back together. Change the subject instead of something that causes conflict to something that brings joy. And you see Deea's look. It's that look of like, you see, he's such a sweet person. Can't you forgive him? This is your deep friend. Because Durin doesn't let anyone in very easily, it hurts him even more that Elrond didn't come and share. Because it's when we let people in and show our vulnerability that they can actually hurt us.
You're not leaving already.
I fear I've overstayed my welcome. Thank you, Deea.
And Elrond says that loudly because he's speaking to Deea, but he's actually speaking to Durin, and he wants Durin to know that I'm respecting your wishes and not overstaying my welcome. But he also knows that he's warmed him up, and he probably doesn't want him to leave yet either.
Durin.
Deea's looked up. You better not let him leave, because if you do, you're gonna feel my wrath.
Sorry, sit down.
You certain?
No, and I'm still angry. Tell me about your king's proposal so I can decide whether to present it to my father or toss it in the nearest slag pit.
But I love it. I love him saying, okay, fine, come back down, but I'm still angry at you. And I think that that's beautiful because it's still honest. I don't want you to leave and I still miss you, but I'm still really upset at you also. So you haven't done everything to be able to soothe me. You better still work at it, but I don't want you to leave just yet. Watching my videos are a great way to get familiar with the basics of psychology, but to learn more about science and technology, check out my sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is the online interactive STEM learning platform with college-level courses on neural networks, computer science, math, physics, quantum mechanics, game theory, and a lot more. And they're all taught in visual, hands-on ways. But we know through research that the best way to learn information is to integrate it in small chunks and to have that integration be interactive. So you're doing this hands-on learning experience. So you're not just being fed information, but you're learning the ways in which it interacts with the world around us. If you ever feel stuck, Brilliant has in-depth explanations that break down the principles even more. I'm working through the course on scientific thinking, and it's really wonderfully set out because it teaches me the way that I learn. I like hands-on questions and animations and demonstrations so that if I'm confused, I can actually see it or interact with it. Brilliant has all of these college-level courses, but they're taught in ways that anyone can learn and at the pace and level that works for you. So you can stay at home, learn, and become more adept at the things that you want to evolve, and it won't break your budget. Brilliant has thousands of lessons just like these, and there's always new exclusive content being added each month, so you never have to stop learning. All you have to do to get started for free is visit brilliant.org/Georgia Dow or click on the link in the description. The first 200 people will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. So just click on the button on the screen or head on over to brilliant.org/Georgia Dow. This is one of my favorite scenes of the episode. I love the interactions between Durin and Elrond. Let me know what you feel about the relationship of Durin and Elrond and if he handled this really well. And of course, give me some words about Deea because I think that she was just such a warm, wonderful, and strong character to have on the show. And if you like this video, please share it with others. It's a wonderful way to help me build up my channel, and thank you for watching.